Hey guys, this is Lucid, welcome back. We are jumping back into our game with Nottheim. And we've summoned a bunch of firebirds, as no surprise to anybody who's been watching. We had a few assassination attempts, which is odd. This is a new bag of tricks from our Yomi Nam neighbor, and he's got these guys. Now these are not very good defensive assassins. These guys are particularly good for being offensive assassins, and without any gear on them, they're unlikely to work terribly well. Though they will still be successful against unprepared mages. In this case, there's a scout. He gets hit with a poisoned shuriken and runs like a little bitch, and he dies. So I lost a scout. So that's that. Now, moving down, we have a few battles here. So we, as a summary of last episode, our nap had expired with Nottheim. Not with Nottheim, with Basenji, and so we decided to attack them. Because they had basically, I was kind of going to maybe not attack them, but then when they ate Othyris so GD fast, I think it kind of forced my hand. Because they were kind of on my list, and then they got pushed right to the tippy top. And I felt like my hand was forced. I mean, it obviously wasn't, but oh man, Slayer Worms versus Tyrant. Who shall ever win? What is their bless? That's too bad. They're missing the Laestrygonian Tyrant immunity bless. Yeah, it's unfortunate for them. If we look at Vesuvian Titan, this one is geared probably largely, this is probably made by us, this is made by us, and this is made by us. I want to have like a branding logo on this guy. We of course do need to be a little careful about kitting these guys out because they are our neighbors, but we are going to be engaging. Sorry, we are going to be building them more, actually. Because they are the only player on the map that really has any fire gems. And fire gems are like crack cocaine for us. Not that I would have any idea what that is like. I actually don't, but I am told it is wonderful. Okay. I was right here. So these guys have jumped on top of this fort to vulture. Now they're not gonna have to fight anything, but they're very happy to vulture from us. Coming down here, we have a battle between Othyris and Basenji. And I think I recall this one. I think these guys, okay, so who do you think is going to win? Let's take a look. We've got some heavy cav, some horsemen. We've got a Sarumancer, presumably to do foul vapors, though that would be pretty horrible with this guy unless he also does Serpent's Blessing. Basenji also has a poison resistance bless. So he's doing poison ward, but that's not gonna be, this is the problem. He's got regenerating trolls and he's got sacreds that have a poison resistance bless. So, not really the strategy you want to use, I don't think. Especially when you're not bringing poison, like Serpent's Blessing, you're gonna like murder his own guys. I bet you, if for this fight, if he just did Mass Swarm instead of foul vape, like he fucked himself up real bad. This is a really bad idea. If he just did Swarm Spam or Creeping Doom or whatever he had, instead of foul vapors, ooh. Foul vapors was a mistake. Okay, we're taking out these these barbs. We've got a turkey. Oh man, they got my fucking turkey. I hate that shit. Man, now y'all are gonna get fucked. You fucked with the turkey. I'd probably lose one turkey a turn. Did I hit myself? Oh. My shock resist. I think these guys honestly could use some copper plate if I use them as this kind of thug. I mean, there are other options to get your lightning resistance up kind of high. I mean, maybe that's not the best thing. It's pretty good anti-elf tech too. So we attack here. We see a Melkort of Othyris going to town on some PD. Here we send our Eagle King in. Now this was a very important battle, possibly. We did not want him to know we had a Scrotty in this province, so we sent an Eagle King to clear it out, and the Scrotty remained hidden. The idea that if we have ownership of the province, we can zap the shit out of it with an Eagle King. I mean, if we have ownership of the province, we can stealthy move to Othyris' capital with our Scrotty and potentially clear the people off of it. The fuck happened to you? Oh, I guess he ran. But we still killed a few of them before we went. They don't have shock resistance, they only have poison resistance. So that was this battle here. Now our Eagle King managed to make it out, which was nice, because this is Peter Wass, and nobody better fuck with Peter. Alright, coming down here, we have a big battle. This is Othyris' cap. Now, let's start this one again. There's some things, so I planned rather extensively with Othyris on how to defend this, and I think he didn't finish. His turn was marked unfinished when the turn rolled, I believe, so I don't think he finished the things he had to do on his end. But there's a way that I was expecting this might go, and it didn't end up going that way. The way I was expecting things might go, or the way I suggested he do it, is, and he's doing part of it, so he's making fire elementals with these two guys, but he's not using his other dudes correctly. So the idea was you make fire elementals, you fluff them with protection, because he doesn't have Iron Warriors yet. So he needs to put this guy like right here. And he's gonna have some, I mean, maybe he casts protection once just to get it out of the way and fluff some other valuable target, like potentially this guy, the Living Mercury. So he'd cast protection once, and then protection twice, protection thrice. Just spam out protection, basically. And it should, I think, target the fire elementals. Now, why is protection okay on fire elementals? Well, they have 0 protection, so it's going to take them from 0 to 10, which is a pretty big bump. And it's going to weaken their fire resistance, which they don't give a shit about. They've got like 30 fire resistance or something. These guys were going to use their water gems to cast quickness on the fire elementals. The problem is they're not in the right position. They need to be up here in fluffer position for the forthcoming fire elementals. So if they were right here, we would see protected, quickened fire elementals. On the side over here, we have fucking trolls with fire weakness. They would get their shit wrecked by quickened, protected fire elementals. Now, can you kill all of this with 4 quickened, protected fire elementals? These guys were going to summon an air elemental when they were done too. But is that possible? I don't think so. I think okay, is it possible? I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I think you could kill enough and cause an HP rout. And honestly, that would be enough, because I could kick these guys off of his capital next turn. That would be enough. Is it likely? That's a different question. I don't think, even if he scripted it perfectly, that it's likely, but I think it is possible. Who had the bottle of living... Oh, maybe he just summoned this guy. He must have just summoned him. Okay. So we'll watch this go, but now, considering you know what I kind of suggested he should do, we can see what he's actually doing. So he's doing protection. This guy's doing misform, which is actually a fine use of the first turn of their script. And they're probably going to cast quickness, they're just in the wrong fucking position. Now, and I should have actually looked at this, because these guys are casting Foul Vapors. And this is going to end up, I'm a couple turns ahead. This actually is going to bite me in the ass a little bit. So there goes the fire elementals. Now what you want to have them, let's figure out where you would want them positioned. Okay. Now what gets hit with quickness? They probably hit themselves. Yeah, they hit themselves. And that may be an issue, and that's something you have to test for. These guys are 24 HP, these guys are 20. There's a decent chance they're gonna target themselves. So if that was the case, you wouldn't want to do Mist Form the first turn, you would want to do Quicken Self. And that would mean the next target would probably be these guys. These are things that you would have to like see how the script actually runs, or know how the script would run, which you might be able to know a priori just by knowing how much hit points everybody has and knowing how the spell targeting system works. But like when I was suggesting, I didn't even know who it would target, whether the quickness would go on this guy or on this guy. But now they've run out of water gems even. And I don't even know what they've fucking done. Like, who have they cast quickness on? They've cast on this guy. The spell casting should not target this guy over a fire elemental that's in good range. So these guys are just out of position. They're just completely out of position. It makes me really sad, because if they were right here, oh man, it would make such a difference. So we'll see how these fire elementals do. Now, none of them, okay, is this like what I suggested? It's like what I suggested in the sense that there's 4 fire elementals, but aside from that, it's nothing like it. So let's see what 4 unbuffed fire elementals can do. Now, one of the things that is very important, so the trolls hit really hard, so the 10 protection is not going to do a ton against the 37 damage maul. But these guys don't hit very hard. But they have magic weapons, which are going to deal with the ethereal part. So, what you're going to see is these guys are going to get murdered by the sacreds, because they have magic weapons. They would get murdered much, much slower, and they would kill much, much faster if they had quickness and protection on them. So yeah, it doesn't work. Now there were flying thugs and stuff too. Would he have been able to deal with that? Probably not. He probably still would have lost, but I don't know. It would have been cool to see it actually kind of work. So the battle, final death toll. He lost 20 Tuatha warriors and 2 Diane seeds. I can't remember if these are like, I forget the difference between them. Like maybe one's recruit everywhere. So anyway, that was that battle. Now, apparently at this point, Basenji messages me in Discord and they say, hey dude, why did you break our nap? And I'm like, dude, I messaged you in game like 4 turns ago that I was ending the nap. He's like, oh shit, you're probably right. I probably didn't read it. Now he didn't have backup turn file, so he couldn't go check, but I mean, you guys saw me send it, I think, because I'm pretty sure I recorded that. I mean, that was how I went back and checked to make sure when I could end it, was I went back and looked at my recording and turn file. So, anyway, he was very agreeable about it, and it wasn't accusatory in any way. He was like, yeah, I probably just missed it. But I felt really bad about him. Like, that's not, I'm operating from a position of strength, I think. So I didn't really want to, like, fuck with him, and I want him to be able to defend himself. And judging by the fact he didn't elf me, there was no real diplo I could tell he was doing. I really did catch him unawares, which is not really my intention. So, yeah, we're gonna. Sorry, I get a little bit of the yawns. What we're actually going to do this turn is we're going to take our guys and we're going to pull them off. And yeah, it hurts. But I basically, I was like, man, I don't... I want, he said I can do whatever I want, but he would appreciate it if I pulled off. Which I think is a pretty reasonable response. So what we're going to do, we're going to take these guys, we're going to move here. This was attacking Othyris, not our... There's some weird sound coming from outside. This is going to be attacking like Indy / Othyris. We've got guys here, they're basically going to hang tight. Is this guy on retreat? Yeah. This guy is going to hang tight. We probably, yeah. Anyway, basically we're going to pull our shit off of his lands, which I think is mostly just right here. And otherwise, we're going to hang tight before we continue more extensive raiding. The exception being that we're going to form an army here and pull them in this way. And go ahead and take this from Othyris. Othyris is fucked. He lost his capital. These other forts are fucked. I can't save him anymore. If he won this cap battle, I was going to try to save him, because he would... If he won the cap battle and I could knock the people off and this was a big army, then we potentially could save these other forts of his or something. But right now, he's just fucked. He's just fucked. So we're gonna shift and out of the hey, let's help Othyris roll into let's get some of that precious booty. So anyway, that is the end for this turn, which is turn 44. Let's go ahead and pull up turn 45. And I'm actually on turn 47. So, we found a strange house of the mists, which is a kind of crazy sight, actually. It got taken from me by barbs. Sorry, I got the yawns. But yeah, it gives you 1 astral income. So this is kind of cool. This is like a straight Lovecraft reference. Or Lovecraftian, because I know there's a lot of like Lovecraft stuff that he didn't actually write. But this allows you to summon void monsters, and I think this is basically the exact same as the Void Gate. I think you have to actually be relay to use this well, though. Like, I think it's going to fuck with you. One thing I'm not terribly sure of is, like, can anybody use it, or do you have to, is it a special thing? So anyway, we'll find out. But yeah, anyway, you can see we've pulled off. We had a battle. Oh, I haven't been going through the events. Those are kind of fun. So here's... Okay, we killed some Spine Devils that had raided us. Othyris was not able to kill any of these guys, but let's actually watch this. I think this is on my side of Basenji. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's really no contest. Like an Astral Milkwort versus guys with magic weapons. Get out of here. I mean, he's actually just lucky. Okay, down in Histria, there's a battle. Okay, this is between me and Yominam. So, we are moving on top of this fort. I hadn't really talked about this very much, but we weren't going to go on top of this fort the turn before because there's a chance he could just magic or like soul slay all my mages because I didn't really have any real troops. So now we're going on top of the fort with real troops. And we proceed to wreck all their shit. Like fucking so. Okay. Raid from Basenji. Now we are going to bump that same thug that just chopped his barbarians to pieces. But we are going to be sending in some thick boys. And by thick boys, I mean... on this side, we have Peter Wass. And we have his henchman, Hugin. Hugin the friendly werewolf. On this side, we are dealing with none other than Tieg, the Seed Lord, aka Filthy Elf. Now, we are having a difficult time hitting him. We have very high attack with the Flesh Eater, 21, so we should be able to do it eventually, but we're at a pretty big penalty versus defense. But we've managed to pop Glamour now, and so now it's just a straight attack-defense roll. The worst thing that could really happen, because there's no way the Sith Lord's gonna kill. I mean, look. You're gonna hurt Hugin? Fuck no. Hugin is not going to get touched by any of this shit. Look, Hugin's got 29 defense. He heals for 6 HP a turn. Like, good, you're going to be lucky if you could do 6 HP a turn, much less more than that. And this guy's attack isn't all that. It's, you know, 19, 18. Okay, my defense actually sucks. How much harass did we get? Okay, okay, he's going to be hitting every time. Well, part of that is from the... Let me catch him without the Vine Shield on. Part of it is my MR sucks. If you fight Vine Shield thugs, get MR, guys. Okay, there we go. Hugin finally got his way with him. So rest in peace. He lost both arms and has a chest wound. Yeah, don't fuck with Hugin. Hugin will hug your arms off. So anyway, that was a pretty nice bump for us. Unfortunately, we didn't... This is something I need to think about, is looting gear. I need to loot the gear. We're going to have a little... We're going to play Dominions Minecraft, where we mine thugs for gear. That is going to be the plan that we will see. And then there's a battle here, and then there's a battle here. This was in one of the forts, and this is basically the death wail of Othyris. Man, I really wish I was paying attention, because Foul Vapors is just fucking ubiquitous here. Every single battle has Foul Vapors. And I have Poison Resistance Bless, but anyway, I kind of fucked up, because I have not been... There's a battle you'll see in the next episode that I didn't cast Foul Vapors that I should have, and I think it would have changed the whole battle. Or not Foul Vapors, Poison Resistance. And I have it researched, I'm just being a lazy fuck. Okay, Barbarians attack me, my Shadow Seer retreats. That's about it. For the events, in Nottheim we got some gems, and we got a captain with some troops, which is okay, I guess. But so far, not terribly good events. I think the turn before we might have had some kind of okay ones. I guess I don't have enough Phoenix yet. How many are we at? Yeah. Anyway. So that's basically that. Now, now that basically the nap has expired, we're gonna do a few things. We're gonna take these boys and move them on top of here. We're gonna take these guys and we're gonna move them here, which I think will be kind of unpredictable. We are going to take these idiots and we're going to move them this way because I got a Diplo message from Max Verney in Discord this turn. And it says, hey, we're ending our nap with you. So Bassin G has either been courting these guys or they are getting worried about us or both. Now, they are not as big as us. They're in a multi-front war. They're fighting these guys who are no pushovers now with Laestrygonian tyrants. They're fighting these guys up here who are, this is Australium. And I think they're also fighting the Alliance. So they're fighting every war on this front up here. So they're a little committed to really attack me, but they ended their nap with me, so fair enough. We're gonna go take our big fucking army and go take it over there and say hi, introduce them. Now, if we look at them, do they have assassins? That is the question of the day. I see no assassins so far. Yeah. So there's no assassins. Oh, also we found we already talked about that. Found another magic site at Glen of Verdant Greenery and 2 of those, so we got +2 nature income. So anyway, we're moving these guys up here. The problem is we can't really attack from this province, which is kind of my best province to attack from. So we'll probably come up this way and then hammer them here, and then, I'm not sure. Alternatively, we could go after... The thing is, if I attack them, they're gonna make peace. So I'm actually possibly inclined to maybe send them down this way and just defend with a big fucking army. Though I'm not sure. Problem is, if I kill them, other people are gonna vulture them. I don't really have the resources to kill them quickly. So I think I accumulate the resources to kill them quickly. Maybe I pick off a province here or there. but mostly play on the defense. God, I really wish I had fire income too, because fighting these guys, I'm gonna have to fight Onushugo. And it would be really good. Sorry, yawns. It would be really good to have Just Man's crosses that I could use. But right now it's just everything. And I guess no matter how much fire, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. No matter how much I have, I'm gonna put it all into Firebirds. I mean, like right now I have a reasonable amount, but you can see I've sight searched the shit out of fire. Well, I guess there's still some that I'm missing. Okay, guys, what the fuck have y'all been doing? Well, okay, these I know he's already done F1, which is part of the reason. I haven't searched F3 for much. Don't know if I'm going to. So anyway, that's a pretty big diplomatic update. We've got these guys who are going to attack us. Fortunately, I have a fuck ton of dryads, which can go wherever they feel like. They can go over here, they can go here. We can just percolate them all through this area. And this guy's not into stealth, so we should be pretty effective. But yeah, we're going to try to get as much of this Othyris land as we can. I feel I'm a little overextending. Like you can just, one way you can tell is just look at my troop density. We're pretty strong in this area, but we're not very strong down here. But it's also not that late in the game. It's only turn 45. So other people don't have like huge amounts of troop density either. So I think that's one thing to keep in mind, but yeah. It's a little concerning. A little concerning. So anyway, that's it guys. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time.